Part 2 on milk steaming. One of the absolute biggest issues we have with baristas is wasting milk. We don't want to waste milk. Milk is expensive enough as it is. We don't want to be wasteful as employees and as baristas. So one of the big questions that comes up are, can you re-steam milk? Is that possible? When you produce milk and you have a little bit left over, what do you do with it? So this is what you do. Number one, never throw away steamed milk unless it is scalded. Obviously, if you accidentally scald the milk and something weird happens, get rid of it, clean everything, because that's really not good. But we don't want to throw any milk down the drain, and it's just not reasonable as well to have the expectation that any barista in a real world is going to properly measure and steam milk for every drink properly. Okay, so you do not want a scenario where you make a latte and then the next order is another latte and then you have to rinse out the espresso, or you rinse out your steaming pitcher and reset for another drink. That makes no sense, right? So we need to be fast as well, and we need to balance really good quality drinks with efficiency and waste control. So let's say that a customer orders a 12-ounce latte, and we make that 12-ounce latte, and we end up at the end with 2 or 3 ounces of steamed milk that's hot at the bottom of that steaming pitcher. And the next drink is a 16-ounce mocha, let's say. We do not want to waste that milk. You purposely might have poured a few extra ounces of milk into the steaming pitcher to make sure that you created the proper milk foam for that size pitcher maybe, or for some reason you ended up with 2 or 3 ounces extra. Again, do not throw that out. It's really critical. The way that you ensure that it's reused properly is by adding fresh cold milk to the steamed milk. So if you have 2 or 3 ounces of steamed milk at the bottom of your pitcher and you're ready to make your next drink, you add 2 or 3 ounces at least of fresh cold milk. Okay, you at least double the volume of the steamed milk. What you're doing is you're adding back in cold milk, which has fresh fats and fresh proteins and fresh sugars. Okay, so that when you steam that milk again, it's basically starting over. That milk goes, oh, well, I can still be steamed again. That's okay. You can use this technique in all scenarios of barista production, and no one will know any difference. You can be the finest barista connoisseur in the world and coffee connoisseur. You're not really going to tell the difference in a Liquid Planet environment that your milk actually was not perfectly fresh from the very beginning. So this is how we do it. So we never want to pour steamed milk down the drain unless we have to. And all we do is we add fresh milk into it. We are then adding fresh fats and proteins and sugars. We then start steaming that milk, of course, at a higher temperature. It's not the starting temperature for that milk is not going to be 35 degrees. It might be 60 or 80 degrees, depending on how much you had to add. But the important part is that you're not wasting the milk and that you're doubling the volume of the steamed milk, and that you steam that milk again just like you were steaming cold milk, and it should come out fine every time.